Do your neighbors judge you when you run around like a madman to the mailbox? Are you spending the last of your paycheck on a book of stamps? Do you find yourself printing form letters at 3 o'clock in the morning? Well, welcome to Autographers Anonymous.
Welcome to Autographers Anonymous, a place where we discuss our addiction to the greatest hobby in the world. Here are your hosts, Scott from Reindeer Studios, Andy Summers, Mike the Godfather, and yours truly, Zane Savage. First, we have a special segment from one of our hosts, and that's coming from Andy. Andy, take it away.
All right. Well, me and Mr. Godfather, who is in Florida presently, made a little side bet with, and I'm paying up my end of the bargain on this one, that we had bet a book of stamps, big bucks, with the Bruins and Lightning playoff game. And as part of the deal, I have to admit that the Tampa Bay Lightning kicked the living crap out of the Boston Bruins. We lost very poorly. My son is actually yelling because he heard me just say that because he's a Lightning fan, which is hell in my house. But I will admit, Tampa Bay kicked our butts. They came out gunning. They beat us fiercely. I don't even know what the word is right there, but they will be the Stanley Cup champions this year. And they will beat the crap out of Ben Bishop in the Dallas net. And was it Hulak is the backup there for them too? Former Bruin too. But this is my end. They killed us. They beat us down. We're no good. We suck. We are golfing right now. They're still playing in a rank someplace. And
who's the better team?
The Tampa Bay Lightning is definitely the better team.
Thank you.
And
okay.
That's all I have to say to that.
Wow, that was painful. Woo.
Yes,
Brought to you by Andy Summers.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to TTM of the week. Who won? TTM of the week is we have people send in TTMs, and we pick the best one. And this week's winner is Caleb C. Caleb C. You won with a John Hamm autograph, and you can see that right here. Awesome return, Caleb, and that gets him entered into the TTM of the season contest. And the winner of that contest gets the following autographs: Wayne Gretzky, Gordie Howe, Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Nolan Ryan, Joe Namath, Sally Ride, Jim Irwin, Daniel Radcliffe, Bryan Cranston, and Bart Starr. So remember, that's that. The winner gets all for that. So enter. Yeah, you have to get the TTM within the 2 weeks between the shows, and you have to submit proof on social media. So just go to our website, Graphers AA, to submit. Okay, moving on to returns. Mikey, what you got?
Okay, we will start with this guy. He kind of looks like one of these guys. Andy Summers did pay up. There's the proof of that. In all seriousness, Andy did donate a couple photos for autographs right here, so thank you for doing that. And thank you for the support, and thank you for saying that Tampa Bay is the better team. But
Did he donate
No,
Bruins
they're not.
photos?
Oh, we're done. No, they're not.
all right, I did have a couple purchases this week. Got in a Rob Blake Hall of Fame hockey super rookie. I don't know if this is legit, but I couldn't pass it up. Robert Downey Jr. on an Iron Man card. Then I went to a local antique store and they had little booths, and the guy had 10 for $25. I'll just fly through these real quick. Picked up a Julio Franco.
Nice.
Yeah, what up? Benny Santiago. Loved him because he threw from his knees. Hall of Fame, Dick Williams.
There's a joke there I'm not touching. Also on Dick Williams, there's a joke too.
Yeah. Guys that don't sign, I can never get Matt Noakes. I was a big Tigers fan.
Wait. Can we talk about Dick Williams for a second? Because didn't he get arrested as a 70-year-old or something, running around naked outside? I want to say that's true.
We'll have an update next show.
Do some research, guys.
I think
Hall
that's
of
future
Fame
me.
manager running around naked.
You do your TTMs, and I will look it up.
Okay. Here we go. Matt Noakes doesn't sign. Ellis Burks doesn't sign. We're at Boston. Jim Northrup, dead, doesn't sign. Larry Herndon, doesn't sign.
Dead signs.
Tony Pena, Boston,
Doesn't sign.
sign. Tim Wakefield, not a big signer. He's signed in the past, but the one I have is smeared. And this was the big one that I got. I got a Griffey for 20 out of the group, $26. A Griffey. Craig Griffey. He's probably actually the hardest Griffey to get. That's a cool card. So I tried to get him via a private address and no luck. So
Can't wait for you to see you finish that card.
yeah. Never.
So I pulled up the article. Just so you guys know, I was right. Dick Williams, who managed the Oakland Athletics to 2 World Series titles, was arrested on indecent exposure charges while attending the World Series of Fantasy Baseball camp. He was accused of walking around naked and touching himself outside a Fort Myers hotel room on January 17th. This is back in 2000. So
who hasn't? Oh, sorry.
Just saying. I'm just saying, dude. That happened. Like every time I think of Dick Williams, first off, his first name is kind of like it just reminds you of the event. But that's what I think of when I think of Dick Williams. So go on.
All right. On to the TTMs. I did pay $10 fee for this one, but this is Don't Call Me Willie, Guillermo Hernandez, 84 Tigers reliever, $10. You can get him signed now. 4x6s. I did get Steve Bales, NASA engineer, Apollo 11. So there's a cool shot. Here's a first day cover photo. Sign it there.
That's ridiculous.
He did send me an 8x10 for autographs right here. So there's the first 8x10. This one was out a couple years. Kenny Stiles, football player. Saw a couple other people getting back, so he must have been catching up on his mail.
That's a beautiful autograph, by the way.
It is. Oh, there's one more. Beauty. Woo! Look at that. And a number. The number is very legible.
It took longer than the actual autograph.
This one was out a long time, too. Let's see, 2 years at least. But finally got my Kathy Ireland back.
We don't have the ding, do we?
Ding!
There
ding! There's the ding. Model swimsuit, model Sports Illustrated. I am on Joe Exotic's list, so I did get another Pardon Joe Exotic thing from his people. So keep getting those.
Probably on a couple lists by now, Mike.
Probably. On to the 8x10s. Finish off the Martin Sheens. These are the photos he did not sign the first time I sent to him. These are the Apocalypse Now. And he did not inscribe these. I did not remove it. So he must have read the letter or didn't care and just wants to be done with me. Whatever. The coach came in today. So he signed a bunch for autographs for here, but I thought this one was kind of cool.
Oh, nice.
Throughout the first pitch at Wrigley with something unique. Jason Alexander, George Costanza, signed a few for autographs for here. He did not sign the poster of the Costanza. If you'd seen Seinfeld, you know what I'm talking about. Did not sign that one. Didn't even send it back, so I don't know what happened to it. Maybe he kept it, liked it. I don't know. Basketball Hall of Famer Dave Bing.
Bing.
That's cool. The old English D. Bing.
Yeah.
Nice change pens for me. So sign those. And one more. Got a cool return in from Nike founder Phil Knight.
Nice.
So he signed that. It's a 5x7.
Let's go for a pretty penny.
Got a nice letter from him, but he signed this also. Oregon Duck hats.
Gotta love the extras.
Nike. He even got the tags on. Didn't take that off.
What the
Dry
duck?
fit. So nice return from Phil, and he sent a nice letter too. So pretty cool.
Nice.
We'll kick it over to Mr. Summers.
All right. So I don't know if anyone knows, I've been in my 4x6 kick, so that's all I'm going to be doing. No cards this time.
What the heck, man? This is
I
so
know.
weird.
I branched off in my world.
So
All
weird.
right. So I'm going to start off with a nice surprise I got in today. This is coming back from Luke Akins. He's a stuntman skydiver. I don't know if you know, but he did a stunt a few years ago where basically he jumped out of an airplane with no parachute and landed in a big net. So he sent these signees, eye on the prize, which is the net. And this is him landing in the net. Guy was crazy.
He
He
should
was
have
insane.
he should have inscribed it Swish.
And I actually watched when he did that. I remember, I forget what year it was, but it was kind of cool. And they, made it so suspenseful that he had to jump out with nothing and how he refused. But he sent an extra long metal plate picture of him landing in the net. I have no idea why he sent this, but it's a metal picture of it. So when I got home today, I had a nice big box, and I said, what the hell's in this? Saw the return address and went, oh, I wonder what that is. So I don't think he gets a lot of mail. And if I had a bunch of these just laying around and said, I'll send one out to him.
He will now.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I got mine. So whatever you guys
That's
want to do
right.
after this, it's up to you. All right. Bill Mazeroski signed my Hall of Fame postcard.
Did you
There's
pay?
a little trick to get him, which is, you got to find him. He bounces around a lot, and RTS is a lot of times.
Yep.
All right. Next, one of my, not when I was growing up, but when I was younger, I used to watch this show all the time. But I got Miss Joyce Randolph, Trixie Norton from the Honeymooners.
Notice the pictures in black and white. That's how old Andy is. But anyways.
Yes. I was a huge Honeymooner fan, but not when it was like live. Next, I am a huge fan of the show, but I'm going to start with Mr. Greg Louganis, is Olympic diver. Here's him, bad cropping job on the Life magazine. I'm still getting used to this stuff.
Wow.
But I'm a huge fan of him on Holy Moly. I don't know if you watched the mini golf show with Bob Riggles, which is a friggin' riot on there.
That crop job looks like one of the puzzle cards from the 80s.
Don't get me
Like just
started.
missing
I'm
the
still
other 7
practicing.
cards.
Huh? Next, one of my favorite shows growing up, Bruce McGill played Jack Dalton on MacGyver, and he was also in Animal House.
Nice.
Sal Durant, everyone knows who he is, but he is the guy that caught Roger Maris's 61st home run. So there's him with Roger. Here's an actual color of it. And here's what he is today. Next, Ellison Carson, who is going to be the first woman on Mars, sent me a trading card. Mr. Mikey got her a couple weeks back. She is out of town. Her father wrote me a note saying that she will be back in town and she'll sign my pitches, but I also got her space patch that she created to go along, and each symbol mark on this actually means something they wrote in the letter. Next, what's his name? Matt Craven, who's in Crimson Tide, but was in one of my favorite movies, Meatballs. Next, Andy Blanc. He won the World Series of Poker one year. Here's him with his bracelet, but he is mostly known as being on the MIT blackjack team. So I wrote in a letter of how the movie 21, if it was accurate, he said it actually was. It was actually really good.
Hold that photo back up again, because I thought I saw some bad cropping on that stuff too.
Does that say MIT?
Is it the IT?
Yes, it says half an M. I'm working on it. This is how lazy I am. Next, just rifle these. Dan Patrick, signed 383.
Nice.
Next, Steve Kern, professional wrestler. There he is. He is known as Doink number 2. I don't know if you remember from WrestleMania. He's the guy that hid under the ring for 5.5 hours and came out as the other Doink and hit Crush in the back of the head with the fake arm or something like that and knocked him out. Then went back under the rink and was under there for another couple hours. Vito, I can never pronounce this guy's name, from The Sopranos. Signed 3 of 3. There's the other ones, just 2 of them. Stuart Packin. He was the dinosaur guy. And here he is with Michael Douglas. I forget what movie that is.
What, do you play the dad in Dinosaurs?
He was the dad in Dinosaurs.
That's cool.
Not the mama.
Not the mom. I forget this guy's name. Sorry, I goofed up. Mark Caven Hawkins, something like that. He was the tennis pro on Seinfeld that pretended to be really good at tennis when he really sucked. And he was also in Big Bang Theory as the dean, I believe.
I really want to write to the librarian from Seinfeld. He's on my list of people to write to. The
library cop?
The library cop, yeah.
Didn't he just die?
No. He was still alive when I checked.
All right, a couple of quick ones here. The Maestro from Seinfeld. There he is. Mark Metcalf, who's also in Animal House. I joined the Lance Ito train. Yes, I cut that one off wrong again.
What
From the OJ trial. He's finally signing. Now he finds it ethical to sign. Next, Jane Rosenberg. This is why I like sending the people no one's ever heard of. She is the courtroom artist for the New York court system. So she does all the drawings. So this is her drawing of Al Sharpton, John Gotti, the World Trade Center bomber, the original one.
God dang it, that's a good idea too, Andy. Why do you have to come up with all these good ideas?
Woody Allen, the Kennedy cousin, I forget his name. That was, I think he was convicted of murder, and she actually went down and did the Bill Cosby trial. She's actually signed both sides.
Did you get any that could be dual?
No.
Would they sign their court photo, you think?
That might be a tricky one.
Yeah.
Barbara Goodson. She was Rita from
Dang it.
Power Rangers. See, I love these 6x. I'm getting creative.
You're writing to some good people.
Jane Walden was your ding button. She was one of the last people from the Batman series.
I'm dinging on the Joker.
There's the jinger. Yeah, there she is. All right, got more. This guy came back really fast from the OJ. F. Lee Bailey.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age too.
He is. I think he's in his mid-90s now.
Yeah.
He's down in. He actually moved down to Atlanta, trying to get his law crap back.
Yeah.
Everyone needs one of her. Morgana, the kissing bandit.
Hey.
There she is, going after Fred Lynn.
Scott knows. What's that? What was that on the top of the M there, Andy?
Those are boobies.
Oh. Okay.
And going after Don Mattingly.
There it is, the breast wishes.
And yes, as I lead into Dwayne Whitaker from Pulp Fiction, he was one of the bad guys that was with the Gimp in the basement with the pawn shop. Next, couple more. Randy Heller. I got into the Cobra Kai kick, so I sent to the mom. There she is with Daniel, her and her juice. And this is what she looks like now.
Cool.
Okay. Any Richie Valens fans? I sent to his girlfriend, Donna Fox, who the song
Okay.
Oh Donner is written about. So this is a picture of him. And I sent to her, and this is not her. She said it was probably like a promotional like meet and greet. So they just took a picture of some random girl with them, and that's not her. Two more. Shawnee Wallace. She was the bad girl from Oliver. There she is with, I think his name was Fagin. And there's another movie poster for it. And last one, Wes Studi. He was one of the detectives in Heat. He won an Academy Award. because he was in Dances with Wolves as one
Cool.
of the Indians.
Andy Summers killing the 4x6s.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
And
What the
now,
heck?
you know what? I still got more. But I'll stop right there.
Yeah, put them on your YouTube channel, Andy.
You know what? That's
That's
on my-
right.
you know,
That's what
something-
that's
I
what it's there
made a
for.
video a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
don't
I
know if
know. I
anyone
saw you
noticed it.
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Scotty, you're up.
All right. I've only got 2 today because Informed Delivery lied to me.
Oh, it does it a lot lately.
Yeah. So we added to the Don Mossy collection,
Nice.
and this one came with the COA.
Mm.
So it's
le-
pretty
it's
Frame the
legit.
COA. That's
It's legit.
It's legit, guys.
And then a non-baseball one, actually. We have the new Kent State book by, it's a graphic novel by Durf Backdurf.
Nice.
And he did a nice little doodle for me there.
Nice.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, totally.
And it's the 50th anniversary of the Kent State shootings this year. So that's why the book came out this year.
So did you buy that on a website or did you buy it from him?
I bought it from a bookstore that he works with.
Cool.
And
Yeah, that's
he's
the
a
most
really
of those
cool
guys.
guy. He actually went to school with Jeffrey Dahmer.
Whoa.
And he has a graphic novel about that too, which is
Cool.
really cool.
Oh, graphic.
Yeah, probably graphic. Yeah. All right. Well, you only got 2. I'll make up for it because I got a bunch.
All right.
So let's go ahead and get into this. I didn't pull all the autographs, so some of these I may have got more, but I just didn't pull them all because I binder them into my videos and then I have to take them out of the binders. It's a whole thing. All right. Steve Sachs for free. I got free Sachs, guys. Be jealous. All right. Denny McClain paid. Inscribed to my daughter like I asked. Steve Garvey signed 3 of 3. Ryan Sandberg, 3rd time getting him paid 5 per. J.R. Richard, the grand company of past pros, used them. So got J.R. Got another one actually got sent off to him because there's another one in the set. Bobby Valentine signed 101. Michael K. did not sign the front of the card, signed the back of the card. Wonk, wonk. But it's still signed to my daughter like I asked. Mickey Rivers, that's a pay. Santa Claus, Bo Bridges. He was in a movie called The Season of Christmas or something. I don't remember the name of it, but he played Santa in that. He was Chris Kringle. So signed the Santa Claus card there.
That's being creative now.
I know, right? I like it, right? Bo Bridges is the brother of Jeff Bridges, if you guys didn't know. And if you look up Bo Bridges, you'll know who he is. He's been in a million movies. Louis Tiant, personalized to my daughter.
El
2 of 2.
Tiante.
Yep. Jim Palmer, paid 10 per. And Ken Singleton, I think he charges like a very modest, like $2 or $3 or something. Next up, Phil Gardner. And I love this card because I sent the logo card for the Pirates and it looks exactly like Phil in this picture. The Pirates logo does. So that was just a coincidence, but
God, those hats were ugly. As
I
sin.
know they brought them back a few times, I think, for the Red
I would
Sox.
I would refuse to play that day.
I had one of those hats when I was a kid. I love that hat.
You know what? There's lots of rooms for there's lots of room for signatures on that hat. I'll put it that way. All right, Charlie Huff, TTM legend, signed 2 of 2 or 3 of 3. I can't remember. Ed Asner, kind of got a signature variation here, guys. He's either getting flooded with pops. Thank you, TTM community. Or he's just getting older, which both those things are probably the case. But signed 2 of 2 there with the more elongated signature. So next up, Tom Niedenfuhrer, signed 1, 2. So signed 2 of 2. And next up, we have Andre Dawson, signed 4 of 4. So I'll just fan those out for you here. And this one's actually numbered out of 50. So fun. And then Wade Boggs. Oh, no, I got 2 more. Sorry. Wade Boggs signed 3 of 3. I think I threw in $10. And then Paul Molitor signed 101 with a heart, which is awesome. And that was $10, I believe, or something like that. Anyways, that's what I got in. If you want to see our stuff in detail, you can go watch our videos, which are, those are on YouTube. And the links are on graphersAA.com. Okay, moving on to Market Watch. Mike?
All right. So this week it's either for fun or for profit collecting. And I thought it'd be fun to pull up some stuff for 2020. Most of it is coming out of cards, pulled pack stuff like that. So went into eBay and found 2020. So 2020 tops, 5-star Juan Gonzalez, $14.
Look at that price tank, man. Like that, his TTMs have tanked that. Like that would have been a $50, $60 card before.
So
now that he's cranking them out, that's awesome. I mean, I love that price for that card.
Yep.
It looks like a nice card too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Those 5-star cards are nice. I've got a few.
Signed in silver on a black card. Pops. Nice looking card.
Yep.
But you could have got it for $14. Basketball has blown up. Of course, this is certified and graded 1500 2019 2020 Panini Mosaic rookie card, $1,500 or best offer. And of course, you had to get $5 in for shipping. So, of course, couldn't throw in the shipping for free. Allen and Ginter has always been huge. If you pull something out of there, this is the Kid Marrow. I mean, mini went all the way up to $95. Jordan Love, somebody wanted $350 or best offer. They probably got pretty close to it. That is numbered 8 or 9 patch card, but signed down there.
What brand is that? It just says Legacy.
Good question.
It's Legacy.
Yeah,
Legacy.
but I've never heard that.
I don't know, but they got close to $350 for it. So for fun or for profit, for fun, we all are a little older. We grew up pulling wax junk, cards have changed. Just pulled some more stuff. I just went into eBay 2020 just to see what comes up. A lot of people are chasing stuff, and there's going to be hits or misses.
Mm-hmm.
So you may pull a Zach Collins, number 9 out of 99. You can get less than $10 for it. And just goes down the list here. Gunnar Mayer, less than $10. Here's a nice CJ Henderson. Somebody wanted $150. So it's hit or miss. You may get an Anton Winfield Jr. purple. So less than $20.
What I see with a lot of this stuff is people are placing bets on players, basically. So instead of placing an actual bet like you would for gambling, you just basically buy a bunch of rookie cards at decent prices. And if the guy explodes, then you can make your money back in droves.
Yeah. It's a lot of people are buying boxes, hoping for the big hit, and they're pulling these and just trying to recoup some of the money. 2020 basebal, Mike Yazaminski.
Oh my God, you serious?
I'm just kidding. I knew it. I knew it would set him off. Carl Yastrzemski, what is it? His nephew, Mike Yastrzemski. Grandson. I knew it would set him off. $38 best offer. Come down here. Here's some PSA stuff, so people are getting stuff graded.
So the Yaz stuff is not going for as much because he's a pretty good player, but he's older. So he's like in his 30s already. So therefore, he doesn't have potential to really make the Hall of Fame at this point. Therefore, people aren't going to invest into his rookie stuff. So, or even just his autograph stuff. So that's decently high for a player, but like a rookie guy, one of those guys is upcoming like Robert, like they're just blowing everything out of the water.
So let me ask you a quick question though. If you had a picture of, because there's a couple that Carl and Mike are like walking through Fenway arm in arm, signed by Mike, would you add Carl to it too?
I mean, Nolan
So it
Ryan,
would be
Ken
so
Ryan. You have a picture of Nolan Ryan and Ken Ryan.
No, I'm saying the Mike Yastrzemski and Carl.
It's going to be the same thing, though.
I mean, would you add Carl to it, or would you, if you already had Carl, would you add Mike
for your own?
Would you want? Yeah,
for your own good, yeah, maybe, but like to sell, no. Like I don't see the value there. Are you going to pay more for a Ken Ryan and Nolan Ryan photo than you would a Nolan Ryan photo? No, Ken Ryan was his son. Like the answer is no. So like if you're gonna
No,
resell
no.
it,
Ken Ryan wasn't the son. It was Reed Ryan was the
Reed.
son.
okay. Was Ken Ryan related to him?
No, he's
Okay,
a
then Reed
Red
Ryan
Sox
is what I'm
pitcher
talking about.
who actually lives about an hour from me.
And fun fact, I just bought a Yogi Berra Dale Berra card, and I got it for like 20 something bucks. And I bet if it was just Yogi Berra, it probably went for more. So
Yeah, okay.
What if it was Nolan Ryan and Rex Ryan?
no, I mean two big a-holes, right?
All right, let's keep moving here. Like I said, you may pull some stinkers. You're going to be chasing these boxes. You may buy a box of 2020 Panini certified, looking to pull, let's say, a Dak Prescott, something big. You may end up with a Paris Gimple. It's numbered out of 99, but you're going to get $1.25 for it. 2 bids.
Harris Campbell, the legend.
Paris Campbell. Or a Marlon Davidson out of Prestige.
Look at that signature. Wait,
That is
hold
awesome.
up. Look at that little. That looks like an MJ.
Little
Little
D.
bitty D. Oh, he got a tiny little D. Poor guy.
Yeah,
Even the next one, the AG. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
aggravating.
they're getting bad.
anyone who signs pitches with just 2 letters, I mean,
I mean,
Yeah.
we all
jeez.
just literally did that.
hey, I haven't gone to mine yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, you're getting yours soon.
Here you go. 2020 Chronicles. I mean, Steve Francis was a pretty big name in the NBA. Pulling $8. That's
That's a good deal for him, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'd pick that up.
All right. Then we go on and pull these. I know Andy Summers bought these. PVA bowling. You got these, right? You're going to show these next week or in the next show?
No, it's not bowling. What is that? The floor, the alley boards?
Yeah,
that would be something you do. But this is people that are doing this for fun because if you're selling these on eBay, you're getting 1 penny plus free shipping.
I would buy that just for the penny, just to see if the guy would actually send it and lose, 54 cents on the deal or whatever.
There's also, these can be scams also, stuff that sells for this low. They use your address to buy Amazon crap. So if you get something like this, you never get the item. And then like 3 weeks later, you receive something from Amazon that you didn't order. They basically use your address as a legit address to create a review for their product. It's a common scam. It's more common on Macari, if you're on Macari, but it does happen on eBay as well. So if you see something weird like that, you buy an item, you're probably never going to receive it at that price, and they're just using your address for fill-in reviews on Amazon.
So you're saying those seeds I got from China were no good?
I don't know about the seeds, but yeah, probably. That's probably what they're doing.
All right, so let's go on to, we did the low end there. Let's do the high end. Look at some of these. Michael Jordan autograph jerseys, $400,000.
The Lulu.
82 bids, $230,000. $200,000.
Lulu.
Another Luga, 180. 9.5 grade, 9.
His stuff was so out of control. People were making up rumors that his stuff was auto pen, so other people wouldn't buy it to drive down the price to make it affordable. They were saying Lulu was too similar, and it was all auto penned. People just go crazy over that.
Yeah, so you can definitely collect for fun, but you can also collect for profit.
Buy a mansion.
Yeah. So
Well, a Guinness just sold for 1.8 million.
Oh, well, we'll get there, Andy.
Sorry.
Don't steal my thunder, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry, Daddy.
So people are chasing, these cards. They're buying boxes. These are the highest boxes I could find. People are spending almost $20,000 on cases. They get 12 boxes, but they're chasing the Z's and the J's out of Panini, but they're paying a huge price. They're doing box breaks and stuff like that.
Those have to be box breakers, right? They got to be.
Yeah, but there's what people are paying for them. These are hobby boxes. So these are just the individual boxes are pulling monster prices, $200, $800, $200, $800 because of the cards. it's a gamble, but these people are taking them, trying to get those big autographs.
And go to your local Walmart. Though you don't have a sports card left there. I mean,
No.
in most cases, especially big cities.
And you guys are just stealing my thunder. So, blaster boxes. Next slide that you'd get at your local Walmart. People are going in and buying them, trying to flip them, and they're getting money for them. Blaster box, what, 15, 20 bucks? Turn around and sell it for 30, 40 bucks because people are buying them.
Not even that. Like, they can even make a lower profit margin on it, and it's guaranteed money. So, like, as long as it's an easy ship, I mean, and you're going to get the money back 100%, just go in and buy all of it and make 50, 100 bucks. You're knocking out all the cards out of your store and you're an a-hole, but I mean, people are still going to make that easy money.
Just another slide with blaster box prices are double what they are in the store because guaranteed one autograph in the box and people are just chasing it. You're probably getting junk. You're pulling that Paris whoever for two bucks.
Yeah.
Last one here, the Freak 101 logo card. What do you think this sold for? Thank you, Andy Summers, for giving away.
Yeah, nice show prep. Thanks.
Yeah. This card here, 101, sold for $1.812 million. It is the highest paid for a trading card, being the LeBron. And fun fact, in 2014, that card was bought for $7,000 and returned because it had a small stain on the back. And what are we, six years later? That $7,000 card is now almost $2 million.
Wow. I'm surprised it sold for that much back then. Like, he wasn't one of the top prospects. So a $7,000 card back then when the market was low, like I'm surprised it went for $7,000 then.
Yep.
So, all right. I do want to show off one article though I found, and this doesn't really have to do with our topic, but I felt like it needed to be talked about. Let me show you guys here what I'm talking about. We have here a Mr. Rogers Allen and Ginter 2020 card, 1-of-1 signature. But apparently, the signature is not of the autograph that was actually signed on the photo. It was actually of the pre-printed signature that is on all the send-outs that Rogers sent out to his fans. So Ginter messed up, Topps messed up, and this just shows you guys, do your research. Don't always trust blindly until authentication. We have proven that almost weekly on this podcast, and this just goes to prove that further. So just a giant screw up on Topps' part, and that happens quite a bit as we've seen, especially with the guys that like Debbie Reynolds has 1 million cut signature cards out there of her with her secretarial signature. At least that's our consensus. Just buyer beware. This stuff's going to happen. It needs to be called out when it happens. Okay. Moving on, we have the Via Venue report, and that's coming this week from Andy Summers. Andy, I know we don't have any Via Venues, but tell us some of the private signings coming up. That's what
There's a few, and I'm going to try and fill some big shoes here of Chase's.
Yep.
Talk about a couple of signings. 2 of them right off the bat for football, Russell Wilson and Charles Woodson. I saw the Charles Woodson pricing on him, and it is humanly insane, but I know he doesn't sign at all, any place, anytime, or any whatever. So if you want to pay a lot, go for that one. A couple of celebrity signings. Charlie Sheen is desperate for money, so he's been doing basically a signing a month. Wrestler Scott Hall and Edie McCure from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She'll be signing. Now for baseball signings, the big one that is going to cost you a freaking fortune is the Ken Griffey Jr. signing that TriStar does, I think, once a year with him. So if you have, a second mortgage you want to use, go for him.
They're still typing out zeros on the price list.
Yes, because I remember his pricing before was crazy, but you know what? It's a lot different than when he was 19 and on the show circuit. Other signings that popped up, John Franco, Mookie Wilson, JT Snow, Cy Young winner Bartolo Colon, just to name a couple. So check out the baseball private signings on Facebook and celebrity private signings on Facebook. They have all that info on there.
Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to our topic for today, which is collecting for fun versus collecting for profit. And I want to say right off the bat that you can do both. But there are a lot of people that fall into either one of those categories. First, we have motivations and what motivates us to collect. A lot of us did this as a kid. Growing up, we did TTMing or at least trading card collecting. And it's one of those things we have nostalgia for, I think. What do you think are some of the biggest motivations for people to collect? Obviously, we have nostalgia and money are the two biggest ones. You guys think of any other motivations?
Chicks dig it.
They do. They love it. Yeah, they love it. My wife loves it when she looks at the bank account and it's like, wait, where did this $150 go again?
Yeah. Oh, she's going to carry in this box and go, what the hell's in this thing?
It's just supplies for work.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely the chicks dig it. Probably if you find the right chicks, you might dig it. I'll give you a point.
All right.
Any other motivations for starting to collect autographs?
Besides just the fun as hell of it, or
I mean, that's definitely one. I maybe not going into it. You maybe not. I guess you can watch us and see it's fun, and then it's fun going in. I just saw it as a side hobby starting, and then realized it was fun. But until YouTube and social media, it was kind of you didn't really know it was fun. It was more of a. It was they had those books from who was the guy Smalley.
Yeah,
Smalling, yeah. Just kind of uniform. These are the addresses. There wasn't a lot of pizzazz to it. But once you get started, you start realizing you get something in the mailbox every day. Holy crap, it's fun, Any other motivations?
I think the internet has changed what is fun and what is profit now.
Yeah.
Because when we were all growing up collecting, it was for fun because that's you didn't have the internet to sell stuff.
Right.
If you wanted to buy and sell stuff, you had to go to a card show, which came around like once a year. You went to the card show and picked out stuff. If you're lucky at a local card shop, but now you can get something and before, you take a picture of the guy signing it and before he even walks away, he's still in the picture. You have it posted on social networks and eBay and saying, ooh, fresh ink for sale.
Good luck finding somebody in your town of 10,000 knowing who Rick Cerrone is. So yeah, I understand that totally. You have you have the world now. You can advertise to the world. So it's just it's much more available to sell stuff, and I think a lot of collectors grew up loving it because you didn't really have that option to sell. And once that option was there, a lot of us jumped into it just because it made sense to supplement our addiction, if you will. I know I was spending a lot of money on TTMs. I'm like, well, is there any way I can balance this out? So I started with buying books from bookstores and started my business that way. And that helped supplement it greatly. So, and it's all autographs.
Even if you're not selling for profit as a collector, you're still looking at the value because if you're trading with somebody, yep. you've got to know the value of what you're getting in. So that's got to be a motivator. Even if, a lot of collectors are like, oh, I frown on selling TTMs. Well, it's a very expensive hobby, and that's your personal choice. If you don't want to sell it, that's fine. But even if you're trading, that's the same thing as selling. You're selling it for another autograph.
Yep. So,
but motivation for that is, value, and it's not just money. Your value comes from what you're getting in return. It may be monetary, or it could be, if you're trading with another collector, you have to know that value. So
a good example. Let's say you see that Tom Brady's signing for free at an address, and also at the same day you see a Bat Boy is signing for free. Maybe not a Bat Boy. Somebody that was on a World Series team is signing for free also. Who are you going to send to first? Like you only have one. You only have two stamps. So you're going to send to the Tom Brady. Even if you're not a fan of if you're more of a fan of that team that won the World Series, you're going to send to Tom Brady. it's just going to happen because people put value over almost everything. So even if you are a collector and you're keeping everything, you're not selling anything, even if you're not trading everything, you're still going to send Tom Brady. It's a no-brainer. There's money. It's worth so much money. So, I mean, that's our main motivation. Even collectors, I think you could say, would be money.
I think they say my collection is valuable because I have, a Tom Brady or I have, Joe Batboy.
Yeah, exactly. And the fun thing I think about autographs, and I've got into this lately, is some of the people that you do forget about and nobody sends to, or maybe they pass away at a young age and nobody wrote to them and they're kind of forgot about in history. Those can be some of the most expensive autographs that I sell because of the rarity. And you have that one person that remembers that player or is a family member and they want that piece of history, and you're the guy that has it. So I've been dabbling in some of that stuff lately. It's kind of fun to ride that line of giant names and people that were in the minor leagues that never got to the big stage. Scott, what are your motivations for collecting?
My motivations are not money. I'm weird, I guess, because I don't care. Like, honestly, I wouldn't send to Tom Brady. I don't care about Tom Brady. Really?
I don't know if I believe you.
I wouldn't. Like,
okay.
If he signed like Harold Baines does, maybe I would, but like I don't seek that out.
Really? So even just to have it in your collection, like you would write to that Cleveland World Series team that doesn't.
I would
they've
rather
never won the World Series, have they?
Not since 48.
48, yeah, okay.
All right, so I'd rather have a Don Mossy autograph because like I have more of a connection to that, even though it's easier to get, even though it's not worth anything. Personally, like for me, that's what I'm into. Like I just don't care about Tom Brady, and that's.
So you don't see the exchange where you can take that Tom Brady and turn it into like a World Series team signed item by trading.
If I had a Tom Brady, if somebody gave me a Tom Brady, I'd sell it.
Right. Okay. So you're very PC based. Like everything is for the PC. Basically, you're just collecting what you really enjoy and love. Wow, look at this unicorn we have over here in Scott, man. All of us shrewd businessmen, and Scott's making us look like a-holes.
I'm not a businessman, though.
Andy, you don't sell, do you?
I've never sold or traded. I've given away a couple.
I'm sure you've traded, Andy. You've had to have traded before.
No, I don't know. I'm a hoarder. I'm an autograph hoarder, man. No, I've given away a few, but I've never, ever sold any.
No.
And I've been doing this since 91. I've never sold any.
Yeah, fun fact, Andy's house is built out of autographed 8x10s. That's
It's a house of cards. Yeah. It's all sports cards. And, a couple more TTMs I'm adding on a jacuzzi.
Yeah, we were running out of toilet paper there for a while. I bet your house you're fine. You had plenty of products to use.
And the sad part is I got another storage at my parents' house.
Yeah,
it's
you got all that labeled right, Andy?
What's that?
It's all labeled correctly, right?
No. Well, the cards are because the names are at the bottom. No, that's I just bought actually some stuff to start labeling these 4x6s. So those will be in Friday.
So you would never think about consolidating into bigger pieces that you might enjoy more?
No.
So like taking 100 pieces that are signed and maybe getting $1,000 and then putting that toward like a really nice piece. That's never crossed your mind?
No, because it's just, I don't know. It's just doing it since I was 13 years old. Then it just was getting it, and it just meant more. Getting mail was always exciting.
This is going to be a good show.
Yeah, and then just taking stuff and just sell. I can't do it. I mean, these guys, I'm very old school. Where it's like, hey, I sent you something. You trust me to. They signed it for me, and trust me not to make a profit off of it.
Right.
So
I would counterpoint. I think a lot of these people, maybe not the people that you write to that are obscure, that you get some of their cooler returns from. I agree on that. But most of these people, especially the baseball players, they know you're selling it. They expect you to sell it in a lot of the instances.
You see, I wouldn't feel right. That's just me. I mean,
Totally. No, I agree.
like I
There's
said,
moral
because I added to my letter. This will be a great addition to my collection. That's how I end.
These 500 cards that I send to the same player.
Hey, I have a lot of sets to build. All right. No, but that's why I put it in the bottom. It's for my own collection, and
Right.
it's. Have I lied in letters before? Sure.
Yeah, which
I'll
we
be honest.
say don't
I'll
tell
be
them, so
honest
don't know.
that I've done that. Some of these minor league guys I've never seen play, but
Huge
I put
fan.
in there. Big fan. I remember when you played for those minor league teams. No, I don't. I'm sorry, but I need it for my set.
Right.
Yes, I'm unethical that way, but once it comes in, it's staying with me. It's forever, and I have already bought my grave site. That's a football field. I'm going to be buried with everything, so it really doesn't matter.
Nice.
Screw your kids. They're
Yeah,
not getting
come on.
anything.
Hey, make sure you let us know where you're buried so we can go dig all that shit up after you're dead. Okay.
It will be a shallow grave. Don't worry.
Mal, well, we have two of the best co-hosts on for this topic then, because like you guys are two unicorns. Most people go through cycles or dabble in both. Let's move on to the next subtopic, which is passion versus market popularity. So this is, do you buy your stuff based on who you like, which we talked about a little bit already, or what the market does? That would be like the Brady, which was worth a lot of money compared to somebody that you want that's not worth as much. I think that determines kind of what kind of collector you are. I find myself in the middle somewhere. Mike, where do you fall? But we know where these unicorns fall.
I find a lot of my stuff, like I'm on my computer screens all day, so like I surf Yahoo, and that's where I get my news stories. I'm like, ooh, let me see if they sign. So I keep a pretty close eye on news stories. So a lot of my returns are driven by what I see in news. I also keep a close eye on ages.
Yeah.
If I know somebody's getting up in age, I definitely want to get them before it's too late. So that's a driving factor in who I send to also. But I send to people that I'm fans of too. Like I will go through Star Tiger and look at the recent returns and click, each name and be like, read the little bio up top and see what they were in. I was like, oh, I remember that. I might not know the name, when I click on it, but I'm like, oh, I know that character they played. So for me, I'm kind of the hybrid between our two unicorns, and Zane is more on the farther side of the dealer.
Right.
I'm definitely gotten more towards that as I get more involved with autographs for Akir. I've transitioned from being a full-blown collector to selling stuff, but for a good cause. But I also before all this, I would sell stuff for turn around because I had to pay for the hobby.
Right.
So my driving force is a passion as a collector, which I have a collector soul. I don't sell everything that I get in. I have a huge collection, but the extras, if I can pay it forward, I'm going to do that. So
Totally. I've always wanted to, Scott, how do you pick your project people that you do with your sketches? What comes into your mind to pick those people?
So like the normal sketches, a lot of time I'll just open a pack of cards and pick somebody out of, like, probably the best signer out of the pack. And then sometimes I've been getting more commissions lately to do stuff for signings, and a lot of times it's just people that I like.
What about stories? Like, I know you talk about stories a lot in your videos. Does the story, like this, I think the story motivates you a little bit.
A little bit.
An interesting story.
Like, sometimes I'll have a story in mind. Like I have the Mike Norris video coming up. I haven't done it yet, but like I'm gonna make him more of a badass than Chuck Norris. But that's kind of part of it.
Have you ever thought of and this is a little off topic, have you ever thought of implementing like some ridiculous, like I would almost make it a caricature though, if you implemented some of their like nickname items into the photo. Like if they were nicknamed the Tiger, put them in a tiger.
Bill Spaceman Lee.
Spaceman put an astronaut helmet on there. Is that too far for you, or do you really like just the original sketches, or are you kind of, what are you thinking on that? Because like, I don't know. I'm just doing something.
So I do want to do Billy, and I do want to do him in the spaceman suit.
Ooh, nice.
Just haven't gotten around to it yet because I'm mired in Caleb's decades challenge.
Totally.
So it's all 50s, 60s right now.
Right.
So that's actually just who I can find that's signing.
But your artistic kind of side, are you like, do you gear more toward the realistic stuff, or are you willing to go goofball?
I'm very moody, so I'll do either. Just
Okay,
depends on
that
the
makes
mood.
that makes sense. It's on your mood. Totally.
Who was the Phillies pitcher? I think it was. Was it
Lonborg?
No, 80s guy that pitched in like the Rock and Jock softball games. He was wearing a kilt.
Oh, really? That'd be fun.
Can't remember his name. But I did a doodle of him and I sent it like in the kilt with the big dreadlocks and sunglasses in the
Right.
Rock and Jock game instead of his baseball uniform, and never got it back. But so
That's so cool. Yeah.
I'm willing to do that.
So
Well, he liked it too much. That's why.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I tells him to keep them every time.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, it's the passion versus market popularity. I definitely ride that line. Probably go a little more toward the market popularity. I know we've talked about in private groups people that have the possibility. We talked about on the show actually. People have the possibility of rising to that top level where they're worth a lot of money. So it's almost like people in the trading card community bet on rookie cards. We bet on autographs that are going to go up in the future. So you guys, it's Andy, you just got that return from the woman who could possibly be the first person on Mars. If she actually does that, boom, that thing's worth a ton of money. You don't care because you're a unicorn, but it's still probably motivated your decision a little bit because you won't be able to get her at that point when she's so famous that it's worth a lot of money.
That's a perfect example. I probably read the same story that Andy saw, on Yahoo, and I was like, ooh, and that was my process. I'm like, okay, I'm going to write to her because, if she does what they say she can do and step on Mars, be the first woman on Mars, whatever, that's going to be profitable. Yeah. But I want to have one of the, I didn't sell all the cards that I got. I kept a card and a couple photos because I want those in my collection. But I knew right now other people probably saw that same story, and they did because I think I sold everything that I had online. So
yep. So that's definitely market popularity. You're gauging that, and you're just betting on it down the line. So it's not current market popularity; it's future market popularity. Let's move on to paying top dollar versus paying bottom dollar. Now, I don't know if Scott or Andy really do many purchases. Do you guys buy, or are you guys all TTM all day long?
I'm the guy that buys the cheap stuff if it calls to me.
Nice. So you just so you just basically nickel and dime and PC
like $5 Don Mossy cards.
Totally. So you're not paying top dollar, which you would normally see a collector that's put for PC pay top dollar, but you're going in on I'm just going to PC small stuff and then right to the guys that I want past that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Andy, ever buy anything in your life ever?
Yeah. I bought a lot actually. No, but most of the stuff that I'll buy are my sets. I mean, guys that don't sign, that are difficult to get. I mean, the set fillers. That's
and
the
you're
only
paying
thing
top dollar usually for those because unless they're a common.
It's a mixture.
Set.
I mean, a lot of the guys I have not paid the top dollar. It was like I have my set Excel sheets, and I'll just click on someone, do a quick eBay search, check them out, and go, okay, I bought from this guy before. I know these are good. I mean, usually they're like $5-6 cards just to fill in the sets.
Well, see, I'm running into problems.
Am I off buying the Ricky Hendersons right now? No.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing the small guys first. I mean, should I be doing the Ricky Henderson fill? Yeah, but right now, I'd rather spend the $5 than 85 or 100 and get more. I'm definitely doing quantity over quality.
You just wait till Ricky Henderson's like 80 and then send to him and hope for the best. That could work too.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, you never know.
Any guy is possible to get. I mean, you just have to figure out the angle and be lucky as hell. Really.
Well, I'm running into a problem with Mark Fidrich right now because he passed away obviously a few years after this set was made, and man, like Fidrich cards aren't that expensive signed, but like these specific cards are. So if I want that card, I got to pay the premium price for it, and there is no alternative to it. So I think you do see that a lot in PC collecting, at least definitely more than if you're just collecting for profit. Because if you're collecting for profit, you aren't touching that card. And Mike, where do you fall on that? Do you buy at the bottom or top of the market? I already know the answer,
this is the collector in me. I hate buying stuff. I
to
love
fill the hole.
Yeah, I love the chase of the TTM. Like I will try every address under the sun to try and get somebody, and I hate paying. I'm not a top dollar guy for the big names. I've got a couple, big names, big pieces in my collections, but for the most part, it's if I look for the deals. If I can get somebody at a great deal, I'll pull the trigger. But these guys that are spending $500-$600 on one card, I could never do that.
See, so we are kind of mega collectors in the autograph field, I think, and a lot of these people spending the top dollar stuff are people that are just interested in the team and want an item to show off. I think those are the people paying these crazy prices. People that have premium items, I think, like game used jerseys they want signed. At that point, if you are flipping stuff and trying to make money, it may make sense to pay $100, $150 for an autograph. If you're going to get a game used piece of memorabilia signed, that's going to shoot the price of what it's worth up quite a bit, way past what you paid. So, the market right now is crazy. Like, I don't even know. I guess that's being influxed by a lot of foreign money. A lot of foreign money is being put into baseball cards, especially. But look at these private signings, guys. We've talked about these private signings for the last few weeks. They're insane. We even made a meme about it on our webpage, on our Facebook page and Instagram. It got some pretty good responses. The private signings have got insane because of all the money influx into the hobby. So it's not coming from us because we all pay bottom dollar. that I can promise you. Next, we have no-nos, guys. What are some of the no-nos when it comes to collecting for, let's say, profit? Because I don't know if there is no-nos for collecting for fun. That's the thing. When you collect for fun, you kind of do what you want and just have fun with it. So what are some of the collecting for profit no-nos? Mike, I'm going to go to you on this one because we usually have some ethical differences on this stuff.
I think if you're coming into the hobby and think you're going to strike it rich, that's probably a no-no because you're going to spend a lot of money chasing these things down, and it's like scratch off tickets. You go and you spend your wad, and you might win $20.
Yep.
But you spent your $100 bill on scratch off tickets.
It's worse than scratch offs because it's money and time.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure there's more, and I'll pipe in if you guys have some other ones.
Some no-nos on for profit. Maybe lying a letter for what the autograph is for, and then flipping the item. For instance, on all my letters I write now, I mention my daughter because everything that I'm collecting is going into a binder to be given to her later down the line. And we open mail together, and that's all fine and dandy, and it gets great responses from people. But if I were to take those items that I got from those people that I told that I was, this is for my daughter and this is staying in her collection, if I take those items and I sell them online, I feel like that is crossing the line morally. I feel like you should always try to be honest in your letter as much as possible. And we'll bring up the SpongeBob letter thing every single time we talk about this. But yeah, Tom Kenny got written a letter. The guy said he was dying of cancer, and Tom Kenny showed up at his house, and the guy had to admit that he was lying. Yeah, so just be honest and don't sell stuff that you say is going, especially for like a kid or like if you're giving a reason, like if Mike did that, like I mean you gotta be truthful with these people. And go ahead, Mike.
Well, that's one reason I switched to an eBay store.
Right. So it's,
with autographs right here, I was making donations to the Orlando Health Foundation. It was all based off my website, so people had to pay me, then I had to make the donation, which I gladly did. But there's always that question: well, is he really making that donation?
Right.
With eBay, they have it where you can set up an eBay for charity store that makes a donation directly through the PayPal giving fund. So I never even touch the money. So that it takes that out of it. But I'm sure there's people out there that write to celebrities and athletes and say, please donate to my charity, and they keep the stuff, or
yep.
They keep the stuff, they forge something and then put a forgery up and sell that, or whatever the case might be. They're dishonest. And that's what I like about the eBay stores, that I don't have to make that donation, and there's peace of mind for somebody that's buying something, when that donation goes to whatever charity, whoever sets it up, it's done cutting out the middleman. I don't even touch it. So that would be way crossing the line.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
and that's some of the no-nos, guys. We're talking about the no-nos. I think we're all good with like flipping stuff if it's signed TTM, and you don't have like a specific thing in your letter saying this is where it's going and it's staying here. If you're just saying, hey, please sell my stuff in a generic way, especially if you pay $5 for Ryan Sandberg, I think we all agree you can sell that card for $20 if you wanted to. I mean, there's nothing really stopping you. It hurts the hobby probably, but I mean, there's a lot of things that hurt the hobby that are still ethical. So,
but the people that are signing, it's their choice to sign,
and they know you're selling. I mean, they know a lot of people are selling. It's not like
we broke the Tommy Lee story because he was like, I'm done signing because people are putting stuff on eBay.
Right.
And then, but a week later, people are still getting returns from him. So he knows what's going on, but he still signs the stuff. I think they raise a fuss about it, but deep down, I don't think they care.
I've seen a pattern in that. I think publicists are telling their clients, hey, put this out. It'll reduce the amount of mail you have to sign. And I think that's what's going on. I think it's a common thing for publicists now to be like, hey, you want to limit your mail? Do this, and your mail will be limited. So
Alex Trebek,
Alex Trebek did the same thing.
I'm not going to sign anymore, and he may be catching up on his mail, but I would hazard a guess, if you sent something to him, it might take a few more months than a couple of weeks like it has been, but I would suspect you'd get something back.
Yeah, he can't stop himself from doing it.
No,
I think he's too nice of a guy to be like, screw this, I'm not doing it anymore.
And you know what? To some people, it's a hustle, but you got to respect it too, because we're not multi-million-dollar players. So if we can make $25 off your signature, so be it, man. But it's their choice. If they want to say no, say no.
It's a hustle that's killed a lot of addresses and a bunch of parts of the hobby.
That's part of the game too. Like, you got to be on top of it and get in that address before it gets shut down.
Well, that's why, not to interrupt, but that's why Pass Pros lately has been adding so many guys on that always sign for free. Because I think those players just got sick of all this stuff showing up on eBay. I mean, you got John Tudor signing for $3. I mean, he was always free.
Yeah. But
now he's like, well, I might as well make $1 off of this, or
so it's not just the collectors that are collecting for fun or profit. Some of the people that are signing are doing it for profit too now, because they realize, well, I want my cut.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing with Brandon Steiner. he built his business because he realized he could get these athletes to sign stuff. He's based out of New York, and he got, basically the Yankees to sign an exclusive deal that they were going to sign all his stuff, and that's where you had to go to buy it. So, they know. So that it's not just the collectors there's a line for fun or for profit.
I do say there's a difference though between like the very famous athletes, and then you write to somebody like the guy who jumped out without a parachute. Like maybe you think it's more unethical to do something with that signature than it would be to somebody that expects it, somebody that doesn't get a lot of mail, and then turning around and seeing that one letter or two letters that they got throughout the year, and both of those are up on eBay. Like, how is that person going to react? Like, is that any different, or do you think it's the same than somebody that expects it? You could, I guess you could drive with the price if that person no longer signs anything ever again, because you're going to have like the only one. But it's not really a nice thing to do in that situation.
No, I mean, that thing he sent me. No parachute, no problem.
Right.
That's his mo. That's his mo. I would never throw that thing up or sell it any place. But especially if it was a way for him to find out that, hey, he sent me a nice add-on, an extra, and I'm trying to make money off. That's just me. I could not do that to
Mike.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't. It just.
If you sent it to me, Andy, I'd take off the two Andy. And
yeah. But I don't know. You ever take metal off, like a pen off metal before?
Well, yeah.
You grind it down?
No, just a little.
No, but it's like he made a nice gesture and said, hey, I appreciate you sending to me. I don't get a lot of mail. I like your letter. And, hey, here's an extra. He paid. The box came in. Like, it's a huge box.
Yeah.
He paid the extra postage for it. He packaged it up.
That's why it's a good example. He went above and beyond.
And
I wouldn't feel right to be like, hey, you did a kind gesture to me. I'm gonna go make a couple bucks so I can go buy more stamps.
Just for clarification, like I'm very upfront with my letter. Like I put in there that I'm sending to you, and these will be sold.
Right.
Oh no, no, those I agree with. You're doing it for charity, a cause.
Yeah, I just wanted to put it out there.
Right.
I'm not.
But at the same time, I'm putting it out there saying, hey, these are for my collection. It's not for anyone else.
This is me. No.
Yeah.
That's all of us, except for the two unicorns.
Yeah, but I've come full circle though. With I was in the same boat as Andy. When I first started, I've been doing this so long, but for me, part of it was, when I get stuff TTM, I can go back and look back and be like, oh, I remember getting that. I have a hard time getting rid of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. I have that connection to it. So I had a very hard time getting rid of things, even trading with other collectors, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to, that's such a cool photo. I don't want to get rid of that.
Right.
But, it started to evolve, and, the more money I spent, I was like, oh, I need to, fuel the machine. Okay, I can sell a couple of these and put that back into my stamp fund. But then of course everything happened with the cancer and, autographs for here, and that's a whole different story. But, I've definitely seen all sides of it now.
We should have
you started off sounding just like a hoarder. I can't let this little thing go. I remember I getting it. It was a sunny day back in July I just can't let it go. But
we should have got Bob on from Autograph World, because when we interviewed him on the old podcast, he was basically like, we were like, do you have any sentimental value to these things? It's signed by this person. He's like, I don't care. It's money. It's getting sold. Like, he was straight up, like, everything. He doesn't see an autograph. He sees a dollar bill.
Profit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the other side of it. That's totally on the sell everything. And they're pretty up. I guess he does the in-person stuff, so people are out there getting IPs and then selling them. And if somebody puts 5 8x10s in front of you, I guess a celebrity knows what they're getting into at that point. And let's move on to the giveaway winner for today. That is Victoria Terrell. Congratulations, Victoria. She has won the Mick Fleetwood signed wine box. And we're going to change things up with the giveaway, guys. Our giveaway responses have been lackluster So we're moving this to social media. And this question is actually going to be on our Instagram. We're not going to tell you the question on the show. If you are following our Instagram, you'll see the post. And if you comment on the post, you can win the following items. This is all going to one person, guys. We have 5 Hall of Fame NASCAR drivers, 5x7s, including Bobby Allison, Junior Johnson, Richard Petty, Donnie Allison, and Dale Inman. So the winner will get all of those signed 5x7s. And if you want to win, just go follow our Instagram and you will see the post up there, and do what the post says and you'll be entered to win. It's just a better way of doing it at this point because the submissions were down. And yeah, so that's what's going on with the giveaway. We do want to do an ad for Slab City since they did sponsor this giveaway.
Slab City Sports Cards and Collectibles, our friend Garrett and his wife Tiffany over at Slab City. You can find them on Facebook at graphersaa.com. If you guys need your cards authenticated and slabbed up by PSA DNA, go through Garrett and Tiffany over at Slab City. I believe they have a full submission coming up at the end of September. You have like maybe 1 or 2 days to get that in after the show posts. So if you want to get that in where they authenticate your card and grade the autograph, full submission September, contact Garrett over at Slab City ASAP. But if you guys need something from Slab City Sports Cards and Collectibles, contact them via Facebook.
Awesome possum. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the case against nominations. We have 8 people here. We are going to limit them down to 2, and then you guys will vote on which one out of those 2 we will do the case against. So we have Phil Jackson, which a lot of discussion around that. We posted the video of him saying his grandchildren were signing his mail. That went viral. Well, viral for autograph stuff, at least. Then we have Peyton Manning, which would be interesting, I guess. Bill Belichick, which I'm all in for that one. Al Unser, Andre Ware, Colin Powell, Colin Firth, Colin Powell, not Colin Powell, Colin Powell, and Colin Firth, and then Jeffrey Rush. So, anybody we can axe off here immediately. Scott, I just want Scott to tell us, who should we axe?
Let's axe Phil Jackson.
I don't know about that one. Do we want to axe Phil Jackson, though? Because since, like, we're pretty sure they're not authentic.
Well, I mean, you can argue. I mean, his grandkids didn't open every piece of mail.
Oh, you sound like all those apologists in the video.
I mean, how many grandkids does he have? I mean, he said he gets 10,000 letters a week. I mean,
Scott, give your arguments for axing Phil Jackson, just to make
Well, if he's
everybody angry.
admitted to not signing, then
Yeah, well,
we have an
some
answer.
people say that in the video he says his kids set stuff aside or something like that, and people are pointing to that as evidence that maybe mine's real. So there is some truthers out there for Phil Jackson.
Glimmer of hope, huh?
Yeah. So okay, we'll take a vote on Phil Jackson. Yay or nay? Cut him. Mike,
Got said cut.
you want to cut him?
Sure.
Okay. And I guess that's Andy.
yeah, I mean, we'll put him on the reserve list
Okay.
for future reference.
We'll cut Phil.
Sorry,
How about the colon and the Colin? How do we feel about Colin and Colin? I think Colin is interesting. I think Colin probably needs to go.
I like Colin.
I like Colin too. we'll keep Colin axe Colin.
Yeah, I like a nice clean colon.
Yeah. Well, is your colon real? That's the question. So we're axing Colin Firth, and we're axing Phil Jackson. Andre Ware, Peyton Manning, Bill Belichick, Al Unser, Jeffrey Rush. Any of those stand out to axe?
I think we get rid of Al Unser.
Yeah, I was gonna say the race car guys. Are just,
I think there's some bigger names that we need to.
Bigger fish
Yeah.
need fried, huh?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well, Jeffrey Rush, I would put him and he doesn't get a lot of mail. He's an actor. He was in some iconic stuff like the Johnny Depp movies, the pirate movies. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. But he's an overseas signer, so
Well, we haven't done
we
one of
haven't done one of
those.
those before.
Will we understand the English handwriting? I mean, they have fancy handwriting over there. It may throw us for a loop.
That is, see, that's why it would be a good one to.
I'm saying Peyton Manning's paid on a lot of these now, so it makes me lean toward authentic. So, do we want to ask Peyton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That leads us to Andre Ware, Powell, and Bill Belichick and Jeffrey Rush. Got to ask two of these guys. We haven't talked about Andre Ware.
Yeah, you can get rid of him. Like bigger fish to fry on.
Yeah.
A couple more.
I'm looking at Colin Powell and Bill Belichick and saying those are the two most interesting.
That's the two I had. The two two generals.
I was gonna say that is such a wide range here. I mean,
yeah.
So do them up.
You agree, Scottsworth?
I like it.
All right, I do too.
Let's do it.
Let's put the colon in there, and we'll put in the goat. The colon versus the goat. Who will win? We'll see. So basically, guys, you can go vote on this on our Facebook page or Twitter. That's where the polls will be posted. Go vote for who you want to see. We will scrutinize the signature up and down and give you our verdict on their TTM signatures. We'll see if they're real or not, and according to us, we're the professionals. So that'll be fun, guys. Go vote now. And to find those pages, you just go to graphersaa.com. Every link to our stuff is on there. So you can find our Twitter and Facebook there. All right, moving on to Fanatic feedback. We have none. You guys, you fans, you listeners, submit some Fanatic feedback. It's been like a month, guys. It's been a month since we got any voice messages asking questions. And we don't want any from Mickey Mouse. So Mickey Mouse, stay away. Just go to our website, graphersaa.com, to submit that for Fanatic feedback. Reaper report, guys. These are the people that passed away over the last 2 weeks. And here's that list. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Winston Groom, the author of Forrest Gump, which is a notable one. I know a lot of people got him TTM. Larry Wilson, Roy Hammond, Diana Rigg, and Gene Budig. Budig, I've heard it said both ways. He was the commissioner of the AL. If you look at a lot of your autographed baseballs from the 90s, you'll probably see his signature on the back of them. So he passed away. So, all right, it's promotion time, fellas. Andy.
All right. Check out my YouTube tape. Yeah,
YouTube tape. Are you living in the 80s right now?
Oh man, check the tape. I did post a video a couple weeks ago. I am gonna do another one that I did get some more coach sketches, play sketches in. So I was just gonna do a video just to recap all those, so I can actually file those away.
I think you started a movement on those, by the way.
What's that?
I think you started a movement on those. I've seen more.
Oh, really?
People. Yeah.
Yeah, start it up. Give me credit.
Yeah.
I kind of slowed down on those because I realized how much expense it is to send so many out. Check out my new webpage called TampaBayLightningSuck.com. You guys can check that out. I'm in process.
Don't go there. It's an adult site.
Don't worry about that. But that's about it. But I will be posting another video in the coming future, though.
Very cool. Scottsworth.
Right,
So it is actually my birthday, so I'm going to promote myself today.
Oh, happy birthday, Scottsworth.
Well,
you can't just drop a bomb like that in the last part of the show, man.
Nice show prep again.
Yes.
Man.
So we're gonna I'm gonna point you to Reindeer Studios on the YouTube and the Facebook and the Instagram, and go over there and wish me a happy birthday.
Yes, go check out Scott's work. It's so awesome.
Well, happy birthday.
Thanks.
He is the man when it comes to artwork and storytelling. He is number one in our hearts. All right, Mike.
All right. I just want you to go to eBay and buy up all the Mike Yazeminski and Carl Yazeminski cards, and send them to Andy Summers because he's a huge fan, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah, Victor Heeman fan. Yeah.
Autographs for Akir. Go go to the website. Still waiting. I got about 6 weeks to wait for hopefully some big news, but we'll talk about that later on. So.
Very cool. And I'm the last one, guys. Go to shuffletrades.com, shuffletrades.com. Submit a signed card, get a signed card, totally random trade. And that deadline is coming up at the end of September. The trades will be made and sent out, but don't worry, if you send yours off today and it gets here after that date, it'll just go toward the next month's submission. So you just might have to wait an extra month. But go to shuffletrades.com to get that address and rules. Very easy to do. It's basically sending a TTM without a letter. How easy is that? Shuffletrades.com. Also bargainhistory.com. That's for all my eBay stuff. Buy some autographs. Got some great cheap cut signatures, especially if you're into 1930s British actors. I got you set, buddy. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And I think we had a good show, had some good discussion, got some unicorns down here that are one of a kind in the hobby. And you take care, all of you autograph addicts.